Shabbat Shalom. Oh, great and mighty Yahovah, I praise you. I could stand here all day long and praise you, and it still would not be enough. I come to you today just asking for you to use this vessel to speak a word to your people that will last them all the days of their life. I thank you that you are a God that desires to do so. In Yeshua's name, amen. I have a habit of reading the Torah portion on Friday nights, and yet this week it was like, don't wait till Friday. So I opened it up on Wednesday, and I read it, and I didn't get nothing. Not that the word didn't have anything to give me. Heather was not in a position to receive anything. So I read it again on Thursday, and still, I'm so used to reading, and then something just clicks, and it's like, it's mine, and I own it, and I will walk it out all the days of my life, and I will forever be changed from this one moment with the Almighty. And it didn't come. And on Friday, I invited my mentor, my Jewish rabbi mentor, to my home, and she says, let's drudge this portion together. Here, take a pen and take notes as I teach you. And it was coming, and it was good, and I was sitting at her feet, and I was loving every ounce of it because it'd been over a year since I had the opportunity just to sit. Anybody in here got a mentor? And when you get that opportunity just to sit with them, just for them to share something with you, you're just like, this is so good. And I am so grateful. And there were so many things shared with me. And still I said, God, I just need something more. So we got out of the Torah portion, Genesis 12 through 15, and I will not typically say it correct in Hebrew, Lech Lecha? Lech Lecha. Thank you. Thank you. That hooked on phonics things messes with me all the time. Lech Lecha. And Adonai is telling Abraham, this is the first time Abraham's on the scene. The God of our the father of our faith, Father Abraham, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. This is his first time on the scene. And God says, get out of here. Go. It's my first time meeting Abraham, and God's telling him to get out of here. Go. I'm not going to tell you where you're going to go. Go. I'll show you along the way. And as that relates to my life, I can say he has shown me along the way. If he had told me ahead of time, I would not have gone. I would have sat in my head and the thoughts that I have of Heather, and I would have stayed put, because there's no way he would have used this redheaded Georgia country girl to do anything fabulous for his kingdom. So I appreciate the fact that God did not tell Abraham where he's going. I appreciate the fact that he would show him along the way. I appreciate the fact that not too far into his commandment to go, because it's a commandment to go. It's a commandment to go. Not too far into his going do we see his very humanity. We see him having his wife say, tell this enemy, this potential enemy, that you are not my bride, you are my sister. His humanity. That's what I love about the Hebraicness of God. And that is what I love about the Jewishness of Jesus, is that this God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob understands my humanity. And in spite my flaws, and in spite my weaknesses, and in spite my ways of thinking, he is still able to send me out and use me. We have a shirt from Sukkot last year, and across the front of it, it's Ahad. I want to wear that shirt every day. I want to wear that shirt every day because it's making a statement to the world that there is one God. And this God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob is bigger than my circumstance. This God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob is bigger than my finances. This God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob he's expecting our righteousness. He expects our purity. He expects our cleanness, but he understands our humanity. And it is his desire to lead us there. To lead us there. Not say, hey, Heather, you need to get your stuff together. I'm going to check on you in a little bit. It's not, he does desire me to get my stuff together, but he walks me along the way. He doesn't say, go fix what's wrong with you and then come back to me. Go do what I know you need to do and then come. No, it's a journey that we are along together. This ahad has been so much more transparent and life-changing for me than any God I had ever been taught of before. I made the statement one time that I don't want my mama's God or my daddy's God. That I hit a place in my life where I say, I want to know you, God. And he has revealed himself to me. And then he says to me, just like he says to you and you and you and every one of us, go out. Go out. Don't sit in your comfort zone. Don't sit there thinking I can't make a difference in the world that I'm living in. Don't think that you don't already have assigned territory to you. When the Lord moves within you, there's this stirring that is just something that he's given to you. You got to tell the world. You got to tell the world that this God is so much bigger. The other thing I love about the Hebraicness of God and the Jewishness of Jesus is that the enemy has no authority. When Yeshua was raised from the grave, any other authority is vanquished. As a believer, it is my position to go out and walk in that, to walk in the fullness of all that his salvation, his death, his sacrifice on the cross gave me. It gave me the authority over my enemy. It gave me the authority over the things in my mind that don't need to be spinning around in there anymore. And that is the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob that I get to go out and tell the world about. It's not a secret that I get to keep. It's beautiful and I treasure it, but I can't hold it in myself. My bones will not contain it. I got to tell somebody. I got to go out. And ironically enough, when the humanity of Abraham gets himself into some mishkah, his enemy tells him, go. Right? His enemy tells him to go. God will use your enemy to fulfill his purposes. He will use your enemy to fulfill his purposes. And we can't leave this portion at all. We can't leave this portion without talking about the tithe. We just can't. It's one of my favorite things to talk about. It's one of my favorite things to teach about because he's carried me some places. He's carried me from a position in my kitchen where I say, oh God, I just think I can't handle this car payment and I can't handle this house payment at the same time. And I think I'm just going to have to quit tithing. And then I call somebody up, 1-800 whatever, loan you some money. And the lady said, I'm telling her, I said, I'm in a desperate situation. I have a house payment and a car payment, and I'm feeling like I can't tithe no more because it's a hunk of money. And she's like, don't do that. Don't do that. And she guided me through a financial solution. I didn't even know that financial solution existed. A home equity line, I'd never heard of one of those before. Tell you, I'm a country girl from Georgia. We didn't talk about these kind of things. But I was taught about the tithe. So it was like, oh my word, you've just opened up this whole new realm of thought and understanding. So I will forever tithe. I will forever make that it's like a steel rod in my back, like the assurity that Adonai Tazviot is God. He is my warrior king. He is also my Melchizedek. He is also the one. He is the righteous king that deserves my tithe. Not because he needs it, because his currency is your faith. I want y'all to hear this. The currency that we use here in this realm is one thing, and it's nothing. The currency that really gets the things of God activated in this realm is your faith. So I challenge you to align your tithe with your heavenly currency and see that it won't increase both in the natural and in the spiritual. See that it won't be an increase. I'm telling you, I want that hide shirt on me all the time. I want to walk in the grocery store and people look at me funny like, what is a hide? You know, I want to tell you about this God that understands my humanity. I want to tell you about a God that loves me sincerely. I want to tell you about a God that says, don't worry about what you should eat, what you should drink, what you should wear. And that's just not a pretty little story that he's telling to folks. It's a reality that we get to live in. I want to tell you about a God that made me, he turned me from a lender into a borrower. He turned me from a lender into a borrower. Borrow some of my currency. Borrow some. I want to lend you some of my faith. When your day is hard and it is feeling weak and overcoming, I want to clothe you in my desire for righteousness and his trust. The lender. I want to be the giver. Like, just give it away, Heather. Walk in a room, just give it away. Just give it. No contract needed. He says, go out. And I want to say to the ones that are in this room that have ministry just boiling up within you. You know that somehow, some way, someplace, you got to tell somebody about this. God. Go out. Don't think you got to have all your T's crossed. And don't think you got to have all your I's dotted. And don't think you got to already have the money in the bank to do it. You do it. And the finances come. You write it in the budget. And you can put it blank. Like we got a line item in Fitz budget that's for a building fund. And it may be blank right now. I don't know that it is, but I'm just saying. It may be. But all you got to do is stand in faith and put it in your budget. Put it on the line. Habakkuk 2:2 says, write the vision down, write it down so clearly that a herald can run with it. He didn't say go out and fulfill it immediately. He just said, write it down. Write it down. I love Founded in Truth. It has been my home. I started coming a year before I got my children, and I sat in the audience because I had been taught personally by my mentor, by my rabbi mentor, and then she had to go somewhere else, and I kind of felt like an abandoned kid, and I needed some teaching, and I needed community. And they said, well, won't you try that place in Fort Mill, blah, blah, blah. And I show up, and then when the singing was over, everybody in the building just kind of left. They went down the kids' hallway. And I'm like, what am I doing here? What am I doing here? I don't have any children. A year later, I got my own children. And a year later, these beautiful Founded in Truth foundation builders, the ones that when God said go, Jason went. The one, go, Peter, go. Al, go. When he says go, and y'all went, and this is what you get in return. This is the stars of Abraham sitting in this pew, sitting in these chairs. You were the one that Yeshua spoke about ahead of time. Don't stay, but go. Thank you.